Alright guys, today we're going to talk about pitching mechanics. So, pitching was actually the position my whole life that I really kind of liked getting into the most. It's a lot of fun. You get to play in pretty much every part of the game. I have a little cat coming up to me. But yeah, so you get to be involved in the game a lot. I know a lot of you guys like hitting, a lot of younger guys like hitting. But, I mean, here we are. Hi. Got a little visitor. Hi, sweet pea. So I'm gonna teach her how to pitch. And all right, guys, are you ready? So I got a little visitor here. So the first big thing is how to grip it when you pitch, right? If you don't know how to throw yet, there's a video coming out soon, and I'll also show you how to grip it on there. So you should come back to this one. But for right now, you see the baseball right here? It's a traditional four-seam grip. Just go put your two fingers right over top of it like that. You want to learn? Look, right over top of it like that. So it doesn't matter which way you grip it. The horseshoe is what we call this little area right here that goes around. And you can grip it like this. You can grip it the exact opposite way like this. It doesn't matter which way you do it. That just gets the most backspin on the ball possible. And that is your traditional four-seam grip. It's what you're going to throw hardest with, and this is what you're going to use for pitching, throwing the ball in the infield, outfield, anything that you do. This is the grip you're going to use. So without further ado, let's get into the actual mechanics of throwing, right? So, you coming out here with me? All right. So there's two different ways to pitch, right? There's different scenarios. We'll go over that in a later video. Typically when there's no one on base, when you very first start the game, you'll be in what you call a windup. So if you guys are the catcher for me, I'm standing directly facing at you. Both feet can be on the rubber. So you stand however you want with the glove. Get that four-seam grip in your hand. And the first thing you're gonna do is called a rocker step. So it's the leg, it's your front leg when you throw is gonna go back. So I'm right-handed, left leg's gonna go back. That's just called the rocker step. It's your first movement. Helps create some counter momentum. So one, and you're gonna twist the foot sideways. Two, and you're gonna shift your weight two. So one and two. The third thing is the leg lift. So one and two, and it doesn't matter where you come up. Some people will come right here, kick the leg out, whatever, come up really high. It's old style, guys. It really doesn't matter. Do what you feel comfortable with. You can personalize this. Your body will adapt to however you start. Contrary to all the gurus on the internet, you don't have to pitch the same way for everybody, right? Especially when you first start out. Just get the basics down. So, 1, 2, 3. That is the most important part to get down. Because if you're off balance right here, you have no idea where that ball is going to go, and pitching is not going to be a fun experience. So, the next thing, you can go ahead and start here. This is called the stretch. So you get your sign, you come back here, hands together, feet together, and this is the stretch. This is the second type of way you can pitch. So from here, you go straight into your leg lift. There's no rocker step, no momentum build, just straight up into the leg lift. And this is usually what you use when runners are on base. So you come set, or you do your rocker, you get to your balance point right here. Your leg lift, so to speak. The next thing you do is separate the hands and the legs at the same time. It's very, very important that they are very close in timing. Some people will be a little late with the hand because they have a fast arm. That's okay. There's, like I said, when you first start out, just start out with this basic break at the same time. So the leg comes up, arms come up, or arms stay the same. But when you come down, the arms should come down too. That way everything's on time. So you want this front glove hand or elbow. When you break like this, it can be elbow or glove. You want it to point at where you're going to throw the ball. So point, land. Notice how when I land, this toe is going to point at my target as well. So you get two things pointing at the target. So this whole side right here, my whole left side should be pointing where I'm going to throw the ball. If it's not pointing there, if it's too far open, this is what we call open, we're in trouble. Because now my arm's going to be behind and we're probably going to throw it up and into a right or hit them. It's not a good result that you want. You want to throw strikes, especially when you're first starting out. Don't care if you get hit. Just try your best not to walk people and get the ball in the zone. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You also want this back arm up. So if I was to do it like this, 4, right? And then you can have it here too. It's really up to you, but I think it's a lot easier when you first start to kind of have it up here. That way you're not lagging behind, because you probably don't have the arm speed to really get it up and get into that lag. So those are the first 4 steps. The last step is to throw the ball and finish. And usually you would separate the two, but when you first start out, just focus on the beginning, and the end will kind of follow through, so to speak, pun intended. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now, I'll make a whole video on what your finish means, because everything should set up your finish. It shouldn't be something that you force, which is why I'm not going to go over it in this video. But if you do, one piece of advice for your finish when you first start throwing, if you catch yourself not following all the way through, your toe probably isn't pointed forward. And you don't want it to open up too early, but when you first start out, that's really not something you're going to focus on. So I'll make a later video with more specified mechanics. But until then, guys, just let me know how this grip feels and any other ways that I can help you guys, and any future content that you want to see. Any pitching questions, grip questions, we will go over different pitches, and like I said, more advanced mechanics. But until then, subscribe, like, and if you want, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it, because every Wednesday here we're going to be talking about pitching mechanics, and this is my favorite topic. So I'm going to put in a lot more effort probably on this one than I am on the other ones. Sorry, that's just the biased truth. At least I can admit it, right?